I want to take you back to the summer of 2021 when the horrific incident of the Taliban attacking Afghanistan took place, and you were involved in a rescue mission as part of the Explore Mars team involving a few young Afghani girls. Can you tell me more about that?
Thanks for asking. I'm on a board of directors in Washington, D.C., and this particular organization is called Explore Mars, and we are advocating constantly with NASA and our government to continue human space exploration because it has kind of come to a halt. Well, every May we have an annual conference, and we decided we would invite the Afghan girls robotic team from Afghanistan. These were girls whose fathers had been killed because they went to high school and wanted to pursue a higher education. Amazing young girls. And actually, Elon Musk of SpaceX actually paid for all of their flights and all of their travel expenses. He's an amazing, generous man. And these girls came to the conference and I met them. And having had 9 daughters, I immediately connected and became really close friends with them. I want to say they were maybe 2 years from graduating high school, and they wanted to get scholarships in the United States. So we stayed in touch, for a couple of years, and was working on helping them pursue their education in the United States because they wanted to go back to Afghanistan and make it a better place after they got their education. But in August of 21, same thing. I woke up with that just overwhelming feeling that all these girls were in trouble, and the team is bigger than just them. And it was just like I couldn't shake it. And I'm thinking to myself, the same way you would feel if you were asked to rescue people in some country, like I had to Google, where would you start? I mean, what do you do? All you have is a cell phone and a few friendships, and I don't know where they are exactly or anything like that, but you just start. And for me at this point, this was probably the most impossible feeling I've ever had. I actually prayed, like, God, I need your help on this one.
Yeah, of course.
I need you to guide me, bring people in my life. And for 2 weeks, it was just one obstacle after the other to the point where I was just crying all the time. Like I couldn't get it done, and neither could their friend. But we just refused to give up because we love these girls so much. And finally, we had a breakthrough. I can't reveal all of my information about the U.S. military and the intelligence I was working with, but finally, the Qatar government flew them out of that Taliban-controlled airport. The day after you saw all those people hanging on that big aircraft, that's the next day when those girls were able to escape and flown safely to Qatar. From there, I was threatened in many ways, from many different angles, never to speak on the media about it, because there was a lot of, it had been on Facebook, and so in the NBC, I began to get interviews, and then I began to get threats to shut up. Like, be quiet, do not talk about this.
Threats from who?
And it was, I really can't get into it, but believe me, it was serious, and to the point to where I knew my kids would be in danger if I kept doing all the media.
Wow.
Taliban and Afghanistan, all that's not something to take lightly. So I thought about it all night one night. Am I going to take all these requests from CNN and Fox and NBC and ABC? What should I do? Should I take care of myself and my children, or should I speak up? And I realized when the sun was coming up, I've got to speak up. This is exactly what, I don't know what you would call them. Society wants sometimes is for women to be quiet.
Yes.
And not speak up. Don't speak up. Be silenced. Go wash the dishes, wash the teacup, and make the beds and fold the underwear and be quiet and don't make noise and don't try to make an impact. And I thought, no, I'm going to do every one of these. I don't care what it costs. I went to my attorney. I made up my will, and I took all the media requests, and I did it for 2 reasons. One, because I'm not going to be silenced. And number 2, I knew that other people in Afghanistan would know who to call and who to reach out to escape. And that's exactly what happened. Resources began to come together. NASA General Counsel, some of the attorneys reached out to me, Yale Law School, some of your parliament, ambassadors, people everywhere, special forces people. Suddenly teams began to come together to rescue all kinds of people. I wasn't the only one doing it. It's a straight out of a movie. The threats continue to come for me. I had to move out of my house. I had to get some law enforcement involved. But isn't that what happens when all of us women go to the next level? But, well-behaved women rarely make history. So I just kept
That's
on.
so good.
And the final group that I got out was, 60 or 70 Americans that our government had abandoned. And these people had passports just like me. They had some homes in the United States just like me. And it was getting close to Christmas. And we tried for a couple of months to get them out. And, I've never done anything so impossible and so many negatives every day. It won't happen. It won't happen. But finally, the couple of special forces guys I was working with, we were in the Middle East most of the fall of last year, trying to get people out. I won't really say exactly where we were, but positioned outside of Afghanistan. The special forces guy said, "There's no way we can get these Americans out. We're going home. And we're on the next flight home." I said, "Thank you. I'm not leaving. If I was an American, if I'm the last American standing for these Americans, I am not leaving until these people get home." So there I was by myself. I can't do anything except not quit.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I could do was not quit. And so they were going to get on the next flight out back to the United States. And I received a phone call about a day later from a man. And I'd never met him before. He said, "I saw your post on Facebook, and I have all the planes and all the money you need to get these Americans home." And it was for real. And this person was from Oklahoma, where I'm from. So it was for real. I called the special forces guys. They flew back into Afghanistan, into a Taliban-controlled area and the Taliban-controlled airport, gathered up all those Americans, got their vaccinations, their COVID tests, and all their paperwork done, and flew those men out to, all those families back to New York. Unbelievable miracle. I've never seen anything like it in my life. I will never forget it. It was a lesson that just never quit.